All right, dude. It's official. We
All
started. So, cheers, dude.
Cheers. What up? Feels good to be back in the bottom.
I'm only doing it to people that missed the bar. That's this whole thing is just a cover.
All right, then I'll be here every day then. We'll do a new episode every day to keep me here.
14 podcasts a week coming at you.
Fuck yeah.
But thank you for doing this, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So the thing that I think is hilarious and interesting about you is like I'm a very open-mouthed person, so I don't keep a lot to myself. But you are like 20 times that.
Yeah, it's a strong point and a weak point. Like at work, they switched us from paying for our food to give us per diem. And management was like, "Oh, this is a great idea," and I was like, "This is bullshit." I was like, "They're like all the other pilots like it." I was like, "What are you talking about? They're all here." So yeah, I got a little talking to about that, but
a little talking.
Mr. Cryptic, you never know what I'm thinking.
I think it's fucking hilarious, man. It's the downside is like I know you, and if anyone knows you, like you know to expect it, and like. You say a lot of shit, but you don't mean a lot of it. And if someone doesn't know you,
yeah.
like, I don't understand how you don't get punched in the face more.
Yeah, well, I have been punched in the face multiple times. Usually it's from the back, though. I've never been knocked out, but...
That's not the face. That's a cheap shot.
Yeah, it's always... Because I don't care. Like, if someone's like, you're a pussy, I'm like, yeah, you are what you eat. Like, who cares? Like,
right.
It's just, I don't devolve to be like, oh, I'm a caveman. I'm going to try and lower your health with my hands. Like, because that's essentially what it is. Like, dude, you're such a caveman. Get over it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But yeah, it's pretty polarizing. Most people either just like love me or hate me because it's just like when you have such strong opinions, people are gonna, either attach onto it or just be like, fuck off. But, it's if someone doesn't like me, they're probably a pussy anyways, and I don't want to associate with them, so who cares,
That's fair. Some of the shit that you like say is abrasive, and like I've seen it here at the bar, but I remember you would come in one time and it was probably Sunday night, it was pretty slow. But there wasn't a lot of people here, and there was an older guy that was here, and immediately you just started calling him Grandpa.
Oh,
like, what's up, Grandpa?
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, it seemed so rude, but you were like, you just didn't give up. You're like, oh, Grandpa, let me buy you a drink. You gonna buy me a drink, Grandpa?
That guy ended up paying for my whole bar tab, which was like $50, because like he's like, knock it off, but he's also kind of like smiling about it, Because I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings if they're straight up just like fuck off, but. Most people have a sense of humor, and it's fun to, do something outside of small talk. Like, I hate small talk. If someone comes up and starts small talking to me, they're like, oh, how you doing? I'll just be like, oh, my back hurts, and da-da-da-da-da. And, they're like, what? I kind of wanted you to just say good and be done with it, but who the fuck wants to have that conversation? How are you? Good. Are you too? Okay, bye. Like, who cares? I don't like that.
Yeah, that kind of shit is hilarious. And it was like... You had brought that up or kept calling him fucking Grandpa, and it was like you said, like he wasn't really into it. But it's like when you say something, it's not funny, and then you keep into the subject, circle. And it just comes back being hilarious again. And then by the end, like he was all about it. You fucking made a Grandpa that night.
Yeah, dude. I was like, thanks, Grandpa. Yeah, he paid for it. Because I was like buying the shots and stuff, and then because I was gonna pay for it, he ended up paying for it, so that was cool. But yeah, I've had so many interactions like that where like. That's like a big event for them, and it's like a non-issue for me. So they'll be like, hey, what's up, dude? Do you remember me? And I'm like, no, because unless someone does something weird, I'm probably not going to remember them. You're just like, oh, what's up? My name's John. I like to go to work and, just sit around. It's like, dude, have some hobbies and be memorable. So,
One of my fucking favorite, I think it was definitely when we were playing Smash, because I have Smash Tourette's, but you have amazing Smash Tourette's. Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about shit-talking to people?
Yeah, well, sort of. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I've been training at shit-talking since 2005 on Halo, where you had to, like, actually talk shit to survive, because it was, like, 16 people with mics, and I was, like, getting, like, really good at it. I could be like, dude, you sound like you're 5'9". You can't even get started from the top shelf, and he's just like... Dude, how can you tell? I was like, because you're a pussy, that's why.
How can you tell?
I'm actually, you already know this, but I'm banned from Overwatch for talking shit. So it started with
like for good now?
Permanently banned, because it was like mute for 1 day, 7 days, 10 days, and then it was they ban the account for 1 day, 7 day, 14, and then they're just like, dude, you can't be part of the community anymore. Because, like, I would just get on there and, like, just start talking shit to the point where you'll be fighting someone and they'll just stop moving because they're so fucking pissed that that they want to talk back. So then everyone just, swoops in and messes them up. So it's awesome.
Too funny. I remember we were playing fucking Smash here at the bar, and what the fuck did you say? You were like, why don't you fucking log on to Amazon, buy a dildo, and go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And I took it straight up. I stole it. I say that all the time now.
See, that's one of those things I forgot, but like, yeah, it's a pretty good one. The best part is I always win too, unless I'm playing you. But
Yeah,
you're also
good.
usually sober. I'm not, but
At the bar, that's an uneven handicap for sure.
well, it's a good way to get free drinks and stuff.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a bad guy, but, So, you want to talk about your recent breakup with your employer? Because I genuinely want to hear the story.
I mean, there's not really a story. I've just been getting like more and more pissed at him, like dicking us around. And as a pilot, you can work 14 hours a day, but then you need 10 hours of rest, and that's called min rest. All right. So working a 14-hour day, then getting 10 hours of rest, and having to be at the airport at like 6 a.m. or something, is rough. And they were doing that a lot, and I was just getting more and more fed up. Every time we had a company meeting, something just got worse. And the pilot market right now is like destroyed with COVID. Like everyone's getting furloughed, laid off. Like people are begging for jobs, and I'm just straight up like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. I'm out. So right now I'm an unemployed loser for 48 hours, and then I got a new job, and it's gonna drastically make my life better, or I just made the biggest mistake of my life, and we're gonna look back on this and be like, wow, what a moron. Remember when you confidently said screw this? So because it is scary, because the old job was a safe job. You could sit there and slowly make a little bit more money every year, fly bigger planes, and it'll be cool. But it's just miserable, dude. Like, because the job is the coolest thing in the world. You're literally flying through the sky at, 0.74 Mach speed. It's awesome. It's literally awesome. It's like Star Wars. And it's awesome until, like, the actual company starts messing you around. And, part of it's a self-inflicted wound. Like, flying out of Oakland is a 2-hour drive on a good day. And then, could be even more on a bad day. So I'll be out of Concord doing whatever.
That's dope, man. Because you haven't even... How long were you at that company? Like 2 years?
Year and a half.
Year and a half?
It's about as long as people stay there for the most part.
Yeah, and you were miserable like almost immediately.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't talk too much shit in case they get a hold of this.
Fair enough.
But it sucks. I don't like it.
What's the new gig?
So the new one is I'll be flying a Piper Meridian, which is a small plane, and I'll be flying that around, and then I'll be flying this other guy on his jet. We call it the ghetto jet because it has no glass in there, and it's hard to fly a jet like without the digital instruments. So I'll be flying that.
So is this all mechanical shit?
Yeah, it's all analog. I'll show you a picture. It's so we call it the ghetto jet. And I don't want to get too into it because I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but there's a small chance I might be on a reality show too. So if that works out, that could be cool. I can't get too into that, but it's a good chance that might happen. And then
you seem like a good candidate for reality show.
Well, my buddy was gonna do it. He's like, dude, my wife can't see what we do on the road. He's just like, go do it and be yourself. I was like, all right, cool, awesome. So
I can't.
I just got to be careful because I'm leaving the corporate world, and if I go too crazy on that or like start a YouTube channel or something, everyone's gonna be like, you're out. But if I want to commit to it, that's an option too. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'll do like those Snapchats and stuff where I did one about like pre-flighting the plane, and it just did all like pronounced everything wrong, and everyone was like, dude, that was hilarious, dude. And I only sent it to a couple people just like make my buddies laugh, and everyone's like, just make a YouTube channel so everyone can enjoy it. And I was like, kind of don't want that kind of attention right now, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's kind of delicate because if you put that shit out there, you literally can get fucking fired for that stuff now.
or canceled. Especially the way I run my mouth, it's a little controversial. So
well, if you're doing your own thing, like if you're doing your own channel or some shit, or like your own podcast, like nobody cancel me.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I can make $1 a month doing this officially.
Stop bragging about the financial situation. I'm unemployed over here, dude. A whole $1.
Dude. So far, every month.
Yeah, dude.
So
sounds
looking forward to it next month. It's another fucking $1 in the bank.
Yeah, but if everything works out right, we're gonna get a Sovereign, which is a pretty decent sized jet, and the guy we're gonna be flying around is a party animal. So I was like, let's put in a stripper pole. So there's a good chance we're gonna have a stripper pole, and flight attendants aren't required. So send me your resume, ladies, in boob form, and we might be able to get you a job in 6 months. So hit me up.
There you go. We'll get your email in the bio.
Oh God.
Dear hot single chicks.
Yeah. So
send tit pics.
Like I said, it's gonna be pretty fun, and I'll just whore myself out, do whatever, do flight instruction, digital media, whatever I need to do, and
that makes sense. Dude, 48 hours. I mean, that's barely any fucking downtime at all. Did you have the new gig lined up before you?
Oh yeah, I don't like being unemployed, so.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, so I like having a plan, but during this COVID stuff, it's all like super scary, and everyone's begging for jobs, and I'm like, well, that sucks for you guys. On to the next thing, which most people can't do. But I'm also like, so did you guys just not network your whole career? The whole point is you're supposed to be building relationships with people. So, you got
so you have other options, something to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's I traditionally, right now I'm just fucking riding the train. Like I've got money.
I mean,
in the
you're
bank,
kind of forced. You're kind of forced. You don't have a choice right now. It's totally.
I could. I've been, like I fucking play on Craigslist and shit all the time for fun, anyways. Like.
Yeah, but it's just so messed up that the state of California is like, we don't want people to get COVID, so we'll just make everyone unemployed and you can just die in the street. It's like, thanks, Newsom. At least we don't have COVID now. I'm coughing into the gutter.
You know that trade you've been practicing for 7 years? You can't do it anymore. I'm like, well, that's good.
Yeah, dude, I feel so bad for everyone. And these, like, bullshit, arbitrary rules. Like, we went to go get some food, or we went to get drinks in Concord. And they're like, oh, you need a mask on to enter the door. I'm like, okay. Then you take it off. So I'm like, all right, that little arbitrary rule, whatever. Sit down. They're like, you can't get beers without ordering food. So I'm like, all right, I get food if I order beers, I'm going to get COVID, but if I order french fries, I don't get COVID. It's just like, dude, why don't you just make me do, like, 20 push-ups on the ground before I get in there? It's just like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, the hoops are pretty fucking crazy. And, like, not to shit on any specific business, but, like, the whole idea is you got to move outside because the wind and the breeze and all that shit, like, it makes it harder to fucking breathe people's breath. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But some of these places are packing people in so fucking tight still.
Dude, it's just so dumb. It's like, just let people do what they want. If you're scared, hashtag stay the fuck home. Let normal people live their lives. But if you even bring that up, everyone's like, dude, fuck the government. Everyone's so fucking stupid. And then they're also like, dude, the government told you to wear a mask. Put your mask on. Do what the government says. I'm like, do you guys hate the government or not? Like, you need to pick a side here. Fucking idiots.
Fucking pick one. Yeah, I look at it like I don't expect anything from the government, but in a normal scenario, I don't not expect like, oh, if my fucking power's out, they have to come in and fix it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
a pretty self-reliant dude, and I kind of look into that stuff. Like, well, what would happen if I couldn't? Is Safeway closed for a week? Like, would I die?
Yeah, exactly.
The answer is yes, but I tried to pretend like I learned how to hunt, so I
yeah, but I'd party for a couple days till I run out of energy.
Right,
so.
But it's little shit. Like keep some fucking rice and beans at the house and stupid shit.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Oh fuck! I lost my train of thought. I don't know. It's because I'm on my second beer, I guess.
Good
catch up, man.
Oh, I'll catch up. No problem.
Oh, there it is. Bam. Fired a neuron. Normally, I don't fucking expect the government to help me out at all.
Yeah.
But it's a little frustrating when they come in and they're like, this is your job. You can't do it anymore.
Dude, yeah. Being told what to do, I hate it in general, but specifically the government just being like, you cannot go to work. You cannot provide for yourself. Because some people are screwed. Some people don't have a savings. I'm like, what happens? That $600 runs out. Like, I think it ran out a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's done.
What are they doing now? It's messed up.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be in a good situation and be smart enough about it that I've been stockpiling money, not to live off of, but like,
dude.
This is my school fund. This is my stock fund. And now it's like, I'm not going to fucking die.
Yeah.
But I hadn't planned on spending my fucking savings account on,
Dude,
like,
burning your
gasoline.
savings just to like stay alive is just so whack to me. Like,
yeah, it's better than not having it for sure.
dude, yeah,
But it
that's
does
how I
fucking
feel.
suck.
But like, you know, just forcing people. Like, I hate being told what to do. So having the
Right.
government specifically be like, "Here's some hoops, now dance." It's just like, dude, don't tell me to dance. Dude, yeah, that was the thing at my old job too. They're like, "You're not wearing your tie." I'm like, "Who cares? The customers aren't around." You know, it's just like, why am I like? They're like, "What if someone sees you? What if they're a future customer?" I'm like, who cares? They'll be like, "That's the guy who didn't wear his tie the other day." Who cares? So after my little talking to, I wear my tie now, nice and loose, but it's still on because you got to follow the rules, but you know, break them a little bit.
The tie thing. You wear a bow tie?
No, I just do the zip tie because it's pretty awesome because I can tie a tie just fine unless I'm like late for work, and I'm always late for work. So the zip tie, you just put it on, zip it up. It looks like a normal tie.
Huh.
So I'm actually going to keep those. Those are pretty
There
sweet
you go.
ties.
I don't know how to tie a regular tie, but I do know how to tie a bow tie.
I can do it unless it's important, and then I completely
Unless you're
forget, or
running
it's
late.
like super long or
You
super
panic.
short, and I'm just like, come on, come on, come on.
I don't know why I decided I was gonna fucking get into bow ties, because they're cool.
It's a
and
real
then I, like,
old school
Yeah.
accessory.
And then I like, fuck clip-ons, obviously, because my
yeah,
my
dude,
brain works.
clip
I'm like,
on,
I'm gonna
it's
get a bow
like,
tie,
come on, bro.
and if you fucking have a clip-on, you might as well just headbutt a knife. Because
Dude,
you're
yeah, you might as
irrelevant
well
in
just
my
put
life.
it in your hair, dude, because you're a girl at that point.
So then I went down the rabbit hole of like, how the fuck do you tie a bow tie? And
Yeah.
then I'm like, well, it's
Hop on YouTube, it has
the year
everything now.
2000. Well, not really later than that, but yeah, you go on YouTube, and then every video is the same thing. It's like you fucking fold it in half, you do this,
Yep.
and then you boot, and then everyone does the same thing where they like do this motion and
Yep,
cover
and they
it with
cover
both
it,
their
and you
hands.
can't do it. You're like, what is that, dude? Get
It's
more
the
cameras
last
or
fucking
something.
step, dude. And I
Yeah.
watched like hours of YouTube videos. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking figure this out. And then finally, fucking Bill Nye, dude.
Yeah.
He just explains it. He's like, there's a hole in the back, you tuck it through. I'm like, I watched 25 fucking videos of these other nerds.
That's the bow tie guy, so he'd know. That's
does
what he's
know.
known for.
He's the one guy that, everyone associates with bow ties. Could have looked his bitch ass up.
Yep.
Nope, not me.
It makes like total sense too. Like there's so many YouTube videos you could literally like, take a whole car engine apart and put it back together just with YouTube. Like it's crazy the amount of stuff you could look up. You could probably learn like 90% of flying a plane through YouTube. Like I think there's enough
Sure.
information that if you wanted to look and go through everything, you could probably, get
Right.
most of the way there.
Like a ghetto
So,
sim.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
sure
do-
it'd go leaps and bounds.
Yeah, flying's weird though because it requires a nerd element because like there's so much stuff to know. Like you have to go to training once a year. Like that's a requirement. But you also need the Indiana Jones part of it where you have to be able to think fast. You have to be able to react quick.
Right.
You have to be able to keep your brain going in the right direction when you're at 0.74 Mach speed. Like you're going
Hundreds
fast.
of miles an hour through the fucking clouds.
Dude, it is the best and most unique experience in the world. Like literally, I've been in like Colorado, flown out of Aspen, been down here in the evening when I get back, and it's like, dude, it's like we just flew out of Aspen.
That's
and
super dope, dude.
yeah,
That's super dope.
I love it.
I was fucking smashing my little Ninja on the way down here.
Nice.
And I'm trying not to drive my truck as much. I left it down at my workshop here in town.
Gotcha.
And I'm smashing my fucking Ninja. And I found out if I do 70 miles an hour or less than 75, I do like 70, 71, 72, I get like 63 miles a gallon.
What?
Yeah, which is dope. Cause like, not really working right now. So I'm trying to like, well, how can I save a couple of dollars and still come into Venetia? Ride the fucking motorcycle.
And
it's
it's
literally 3
super
times,
fun too. That's
Yeah.
like the most important part.
It's 3 times the gas mileage in my truck, which is like about 19, pretty consistently.
I don't even know how much mine gets. It's like $4 to fill it up. Who cares? But
Yeah, we fucking drive. Oh no, we're going to Oakland. Oh, that's pretty,
Yeah,
that's a pretty
Oakland.
serious trek.
yeah, that's a commute. So you got to fill up after like 2 or 3 trips, and that commute sucks. Like with COVID, it was great. The only part of the new normal I like is I was doing like 95 and
Yeah.
a cop passed me at 110. I was like, this is sweet, because normally I'm stuck in stop and go traffic and having a 14-hour day and then having to sit in traffic because it can get up to, over an hour and a half
Right.
on a bad day. It doesn't do that now, but
Yeah.
now my commute's 12 minutes, so that's even better.
Yeah. So I was fucking smashing down here in my motor pickle, and I'm just used to doing 70, and I was like, "Fuck this, man! I'm gonna open it up." So I'm smashing down on 80, like through the Cordelia in fucking Fairfield area where it's
Nice.
like Wind City.
Yeah, it gets windy out there.
And I was like, I hit 90s ish, like not trying to go full speed, but like, oh, I'm gonna fucking just smash for a little while, and then like 90's pretty fucking fast.
Dude,
90's way faster than a little motorcycle, but like, what the fuck is 0.75 Mach. It's
Fluctuates with
five-
temperature. I want to say it's like
500-ish.
miles per hour.
Yeah, knots.
I don't know because the computer switches over, so I don't want to say anything and sound dumb. But yeah, I'd have to look that up because it'll switch once you start going fast from the actual knot up to the Mach speed, and it doesn't matter
really?
anymore. Yeah, it's
Damn,
cool.
that's pretty gangster.
Yeah, it is gangster, dude.
We're just
It's
gonna
fun.
recalibrate here and use a new unit of measurement.
Yeah,
Damn, that's sick.
it is
So I
sick.
think this, speed of sound is like 600 or something.
Yeah,
something,
it fluctuates with
depending on-
temperature,
Right.
I believe, or I just sounded really dumb right now. We'll edit that out if I'm wrong.
No, it does. You know, you get air density and all that shit because
Yeah.
of sound waves, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, science and shit.
Science, bitch.
That's pretty gangster. My aunt is I almost call her a fucking stewardess, a flight attendant
Nice.
for Delta, and every now and then I'll talk to her, and like she flies out of San Francisco, but like I think she's based out of Utah or something.
Yeah, I don't really look into the airline stuff, but you can be based and they'll like commute you in and
Right.
fly you around and
Yeah,
stuff.
they call
and-
it a commute, so she just like pops on a jet in San Francisco, fucking smashes to a different state.
Yeah, that's totally normal, but like that lifestyle is just kind of rough, you know. Plus, it just, I don't know, everyone's like, dude, you want to go to the airlines? I'm like, no, dude, I don't like being told what to do. And then, you know, you got to do exactly what you're told. Like,
Right.
because doing what I do, you're in charge. You do the flight plan. If you have to go somewhere else, you figure it out. You check the weather. You do everything. At an airline, they're just like, here's all the information. Get in and turn on the autopilot, you know? So
Right.
you're just an autopilot tuner. With what I do, you actually have some control. That's where the fun is.
And having like 300 people behind you.
Yeah, dude, I call it like the big truck syndrome. I'm like, dude, what do you got, a little dick? You just need to fly something bigger? Because our jets go just as fast, just as high, sometimes higher, because a lot of those cap out at like, you know, flight level like 390. We go up to like 45,000 feet, you know,
Shit.
which is awesome,
That's
dude.
tight.
It is
That's
awesome.
fucking tight.
Dude, I'll be so pissed having to get up at 3:30, but when you're like flying out of Oakland, the whole bay's like just getting the sun to rise, and you're like, this is the shit. Like,
That's tight.
it is the shit.
What a fucking trip. I'd like to fly one of those big fucking things like empty. Like just for a weekend. Like I think it'd be worth it to
Like
go
a
through the training, like,
737?
just to steal it for a weekend. Like, hey man, let me take the give me the keys.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
son.
exactly.
Like that would be super gangster. Go
Yeah.
fucking smash one of those things. But you know, every time you get to fly one, it's full of fucking people. You
Yeah.
have to do like the gentlest banks and the
Yeah,
gentlest
dude.
fucking takeoffs, and you get a moderately bumpy landing, and then you get 40 reviews on Yelp.
Yeah, dude, it gets bumpy sometimes. Like it's pretty gnarly.
Sometimes, yeah, it's completely out of your fucking control.
Like having because we were trying to land in Oakland one time and it was gusting over 50 from like the side, and
Jesus.
airlines were having to go around. So go around means, you know what it means, but for
Right.
anyone listening, it means you have to like take off, enter the pattern, and try again. So airliners were doing that. We had to go around.
God
we were
damn.
on like pretty close to minimum fuel because we had a super long flight. So it's like we got one more try, and then we would have had to go to Concord. Because,
Oh, shit.
you know, when you're burning up fuel super fast, you
Right.
don't get multiple tries. You got to do it right. So, yeah.
That's some fucking pressure, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like you've got like 40 minutes of extra flight time, or, you know, however much you want in there. You want at least,
Right.
you know, the rules say like 30 for VFR, 45 for IFR. But also, you know, if it's bad weather, like we had to go from Kelowna to Vancouver one time. Because I did not want to do this trip because they're just like, oh, we need to go to Kelowna. And I'm checking the weather. Night airport. Snowing. So it's a snowstorm. Gusting. It's mountainous. It's just like pick everything that's dangerous, and we had to go. And the passenger's like, oh, are we going to make it? I was like, well, we're going to make it, obviously, but we're probably not going to land in Kelowna. He's like, what's the chances? My buddy's like, oh, it's, you know, we'll go down and take a look. I was like, 5%. And then the guy's like, really? And then they had this like alpha male nerd who's like, dude, let's go. We could give it a try. I was like,
5%?
all right. Dude, yeah. Because, dude, everything I listed, like gusting 50 at night, in mountains, all this stuff.
Who would push that?
Dude, it's that's what being a professional is. You have to go take a look is what they call it. You have to shoot the approach. We're coming in. There's so much snow. It looks like we're in hyperspace from Star
Right.
Wars, and we're getting rocked around. My seatbelt is on as tight as it can go because I'm like leaving the seat. You know, we get down, we see the airport, and that means you can proceed. But then with the snow shifting, we lost sight of it. So that means you have to, you know, go mist. And go mist means we had to go to Vancouver. And since we went to Vancouver, we had to go straight there because that's, you know, not really close
Right.
if you're familiar with the map up there. But, yeah, so then Customs is like, why the hell aren't you in Kelowna? And we're like, snowstorm. So now, because you can't just land in a different country
Right.
at an airport. You know, you got to alert Customs, but, you know, the Wi-Fi is not working. So whatever. So we got to go party in Vancouver
cool
for
about
2
it?
days. Yeah, they're cool about it. You know, it happens.
Right.
But you know, if we just like left, you know, they'd be like, "Who the hell was flying this?" And you just committed a major crime, by the way.
Fucking lock you up in Canadian jail.
Oh yeah, Canadian, eh?
Probably wouldn't be that bad.
Dude, everyone loves Canada. Like, they're so nice. They're not nice, they're just pussies. Because we were drinking all day, and they're, like, trying to, like, kick us out of the bar, but they're being, like, super passive-aggressive. They're, like, telling my buddy to kick me out. I'm like, why don't you just tell me to leave? Like, who cares, you know? Because we were drinking all day. We went back to the casino. The casino kicked us out. So, I'll finish the story later because I don't want to sound like a dick. But the guy's like, you're too drunk. I was like, it's a casino. Don't you want me? Because I was, like, winning a lot. Like, I was, like, on blackjack with their little Monopoly money, and I was like trying to put down like 100. I guess it's called loonies up there. So I was trying to put the money down, and the guy's like, "Oh, sir, only 50." I was like, "Fine, whatever, put 50 down." So they were getting pissed.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So
that
that
was
kicked
kind
out
of.
for fucking winning, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably not.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. But yeah, it was a good time, and this is when we were all joking. It must have been like March 13th, and we're all coming back. We're like, COVID.
Right.
And then the next day, they're like, we're shutting down the economy. I was like, ooh, that's bad. Like, that's bad. So.
Fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, well, maybe I can buy a house now if everything tanks.
There you go. That's the.
That's being positive.
The upside, and I was actually had this conversation with my my brother, talking about that same thing. Like, hey, if everything goes to shit, you know, maybe we stand a chance. Maybe he stands a chance better than I do, for sure, especially now. But it's funny to like think about like, oh man, if everybody's life goes to shit, maybe I can afford to buy something in California.
Yeah, dude. Well, everyone that like owns stuff is gonna get screwed, but people that don't have anything and are trying to move up, they're like, perfect opportunity, buyer's market.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, I hope my parents get fucked. I hope my friends get fucked. Because then I can join the game. It's like,
yeah, there you go.
I still feel that way, but it is kind of like, it's kind of a grim fucking thought, you know?
Yeah, it's dark times for sure.
I don't know. In the meantime, living for free at the ranch.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm super grateful for it.
Dude, I hope this place stays open. I always love coming down here. It's always a good. It's like Cheers, you know. You know, everyone knows your name. You come in, there's like 5 people. You're like, what up? You know.
It's this place isn't go anywhere. He's a real smart dude, and he's been running fucking bars for, I was gonna say 30 years, but more than that, because he's had this place for 30 years almost, and he had a place on First Street before this. So you know, he was running a successful business and is smart about his money. So I've had conversation with him, you know, all the time, especially now. But he's not. This place isn't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. The issue is like, without being open, none of us can work.
Dude, there's no plan. They're just like, oh, everywhere's closed except for fucking Newsom's wineries. That piece of shit. Like, he has his wineries open right now. Not wearing a mask.
Doing
doesn't
outdoor
care.
stuff. I don't know.
I fucking hate him. But yeah, you start wondering, like, because First Street Cafe is going away. They couldn't,
They're gone.
you know,
They're already closed.
They're gone. The Rainbow Room in LA. Have you ever been there?
No.
Dude, the Rainbow Room and the Comedy Store are my favorite places in the world. They're on Sunset Strip, and what the Rainbow Room is it's the old school metal bar where like Motley Crue, you know, Ozzy Osbourne, like everyone would just go there and party. So the other person who loved that place was Lemmy from Motorhead. So if you wanted to go see Lemmy from Motorhead, you would just go into the bar, and they got a little setup like this, and he would be sitting where I'm sitting, just playing the video poker. So you could literally just go hang out with Lemmy every fucking day. So now they have a giant mural of him. They have what the hell is it? They got a giant statue of him there, too, like a full-size bronze statue. Dude, it's like the coolest place in the world, and I flew down there with my buddy, and we went to have lunch, and this was during COVID, so we got to sit in the middle of the Rainbow Room, and we had the whole place to ourselves, like the biggest like rock bar in the world, in my opinion anyways. It's fucking awesome, dude. And
That's
then,
tight.
So my favorite like day ever is you go to the Rainbow Room, and then you walk down to the Comedy Store. Do you know what the Comedy Store is? Yeah, Comedy Store is where every single, you know, legend of comedy has ever been there, like Robin Williams, Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, everyone, you know, and I've got some good memories there too. I hate when the when the comedian will start heckling the audience. Because the way they structured is they do like 15 for 15, where you pay $15, you get 15 comedians, and they do like 15 minutes.
Okay.
So it'll have like 1 or 2 openers, and then from like 9 o'clock to 11, it'll be like big names. You know, it's just picture anyone: Joey Diaz, Joe Rogan.
Oh, Joe Diaz, fucking.
Oh my God,
he's the funniest guy.
Dude, he did one. I saw him, and he had me laughing so hard that, like, my Adam's apple hurt. And, like, you're not supposed to do this, but if you want to go smoke, you go out to the back. Right. And when you're in the back, you're in the parking lot. So that's where they all hang out. So I was talking to Joe Rogan and Joey Diaz, and I told him that. I was like, dude, my Adam's apple hurt. He's like, oh, you Adam's apple dog. It was fucking, and then I started laughing again. So, yeah, you just go out there.
Listen to them cocksuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
That fucking guy is too much, dude.
Yeah, dude, you can just go out there and bullshit with them, and they're all like, they're all pretty nice. Like, I was out there chatting with them one time. It was like Brad Williams, the little person. I don't know what the correct term is at. And Andrew Santino, who actually does the Whiskey Ginger podcast. I don't know if you ever heard that, but he just brings people on, and they just drink whiskey and do a podcast. And
that sounds familiar.
I didn't know him at all, but we were outside bullshitting, and someone's like, dude, Kevin Spacey's in the back. And we're like, no way, he's not fucking in there. And it's like, dude, it's Kevin Spacey, dude, he's in the back. He's out in public again. And I was like, dude, he's not in there. So I walked in with Andrew Santino. I was like, dude, where is he? And he just looked at me with so much fucking disgust. He's like, I don't fucking know. He's like, why is this guy thinking we're fucking, friends? But that kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier. I'll just, like, talk to whoever I want, however I want. It is what it is.
Hey, pal, where's Spacey?
Dude, the other one was, what's the guy from, Half-Baked? Harlan Williams. He's always like, oh, hey, guy, how's it going? Like, that's how he talks, because Jeff Ross was there, and he did his whole thing. And then Harlan Williams comes on, and he starts doing all of Jeff Ross's, like, material right after he does it. He's like, hey, these jokes suck. This fucking blows. And then, like I said, I don't like when the comedians will, like, heckle with the people, but sometimes you can do it in a fun way. Like, he was going around, one of the guys had a beard like you, and he's like, oh, guy, where'd you get that beard? Is that a ISIS, huh? And he just starts, like, roasting everyone. He's like, hey, pal, don't cross your arms. It's a comedy show. And I'm like laughing. You hear me when I get going, I get that, like, obnoxious, like, cackle. Right. And he's like, hey, pal, what are you laughing at here? I'm trying to do a show. It was great. I have so many good memories there. It's so much fun.
The Comedy Store is was the fucking place, and I was considering like fucking popping a flight just to go down on like a fucking Tuesday or Wednesday or some shit.
Oh, dude, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the best because that's when everyone goes in there and they just do all their like material, like Whitney Cummings and whoever, like the big name people will be there on the weekdays because on the weekends they go travel, so it'll be like local people and stuff, and you can get some like really good people in there, and it's like what, $20? You order 2 drinks, you have a kick-ass time. It's always super memorable, super fun, and yeah, I hope it stays in business because it's awesome.
We'll see, man. Listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. He was talking about like doing fucking what is it called? Not promos. Benefit shows or something. He's like, I'll work for fucking free to keep that place open.
Yeah, yeah, because everyone loves it. It's the best. It's owned by Pauly Shore's mom, and then she passed away. So I think now Pauly Shore, hey buddy, or no, what's this thing? The Weasel.
Weasel the Juice.
Weasel the Juice. Dude, because when we fly into LA, they have a couple different arrivals, which is how the jets get down from the high altitude to the low one. And a couple of them, the Olive Waypoint will have a name, and one of them's like Motley Crue. But one of the arrivals is the Weasel One. So whenever we're coming in, I don't want to say a 10 number, but then I'll just make one up like 4 and 5, Tango Delta coming in, Weasel One. But I'll always just be like, coming in on the Weasel One. And sometimes someone else will just like chime in. It's so funny. And then you get the guys that are like, quit playing around. It's like, dude, oh yeah, I forgot you're not supposed to have fun.
It's a no fun zone.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man. So what else, man? You still fucking riding the motorcycle or what?
Oh, yeah. I take it out for its exercise as much as I can.
For its exercise?
Yeah. I usually just ride it around town, honestly. Like, I did a big one, which was like just under 200 miles, and that was really fun.
That's a long fucking ride, dude.
Dude, that was like all day. And it was awesome, but yeah, I like to just kind of cruise around town, or I'll go over to Vallejo and pay my bills and stuff.
That's dope.
Like, because when you start going super far, then you got to really, like, get all the gear on and stuff. Because I'm an idiot. I wear, like, the novelty helmet and I wear a T-shirt. But
Still have the thing?
Hell yeah. It's, I wear it around town, but that's just because fucking California makes me. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't even fucking wear it. That's why I'm like, I don't care about COVID. I wouldn't wear a fucking helmet on a motorcycle if I didn't have to,
Oh, man.
But,
yeah. The helmet thing is like, whether I have to or not, I'm pretty.
Oh yeah, I know.
Off.
It's not like I'm
times.
oblivious to it. I know it's super dangerous. I'm a complete moron, but
have you crashed yet?
Nope. But you know why? I don't like to ride at night. I won't ride when the roads are wet, and I won't ride when it's raining. So
actually makes a lot of sense because looking back at all of the, not all, most of the times that I've gone down on a bike, it's been my fault,
dude. I mean,
and as like a pilot, like. The whole game is, it is an inherently risky thing to do, but there are so many safety nets you can take to avoid the danger.
Exactly, dude.
And
like,
motorcycling's the
being smart
same
with
thing.
it is like, I mean, it's probably gonna happen. I almost got destroyed because I was riding with my buddy, and I was like, why the hell is this thing turning weird? So I did exactly what you were supposed to do. I just pulled the clutch and rode it into the dirt, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, my tire popped right as I was getting on the freeway. I was like, dude, if that popped on the freeway, I would have went down. And I had the full face that time, so I was covered. But I would have got hit by like 4 cars, and that'd be a wrap,
Is your front tire?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had.
So I would have died. I would have died of COVID in California. When you get hit by 4 cars, you die of COVID. So, yeah.
I think I've had 2 rears go out on me, but I always get freaked out to see what happens when the front goes out. But
dude, it's scary, is what it is.
Yeah, well, even the rears. The 2 times I've had a rear go out, I've had the same reaction both times. Like you're fucking schmobbing along, and then the ass end just starts creeping. What feels like 12 inches to the left and to the right. And both times it's happened, my brain immediately goes, your axle's falling out.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it feels like.
Dude, when we put the tire on, I was like, is it jiggling again? And like, I consider myself like pretty novice. Like, I ride around and I'm fine. But then once I get with like someone who rides all the time, like you or a couple of my other buddies,
Right.
and they're smashing at like 110 and there's like sparks flying. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just chill here and do like 65. Because I don't have the desire to like mess around. If I want to go fast, I'll go to work, So when I'm on it, I'm like, this is a recreational vehicle, and I'm gonna, chill out.
Sure. So. Yeah, I find by myself, I have a much better chance of riding relaxed, but fucking going out with like my brother and shit, we'll both be cool.
Yeah.
He fucking drives like a maniac, and then I gotta outperform him, and then we're doing that thing where we're fucking scraping pegs and shit. Like,
dude, that one time we went and you like laid down Superman style and put
Raleigh
your
free,
arms
dude.
and legs out. I was laughing so hard, and then you came up and like did the little drinking tea symbol to me. Oh, dude, that was so much fun.
you gotta, yeah, fucking, yeah. And that's all, like, mostly from riding with my brother. Kelvin, too. Like, we used to do that shit with Kelvin.
Nice.
But just fucking being goofballs. I like to, my mom has it's a scooter. I think it's a 50cc scooter.
Yeah.
But it looks like a Vespa. It's like a full
Yeah.
skirt, has the floor plank, and it's like this strange blue. And she has a 3/4 helmet that is like a matching blue.
Nice.
It's like blue and with these white line things, like these
Sounds
feminine
old school.
lines. And she doesn't really ride it, so I like about once a year I'll go and I'll blow the dust off of it, and the battery's always fucking dead, and it has like this Kickstarter that is like 3 inches.
Oh man.
And it's just like and you get a fucking, so I blow the dust off this thing. But the last time I took it out, it's like if I haven't been riding in a while, then I'll just kind of putz around, be a fucking goofball. But I was like hardcore in the thick of riding real motorcycles, and I took this thing out. And I fucking went through every drive-through in Benicia, and I bought something on the scooter, and then drove around town consuming the item that I'd bought. So like,
on to the next place.
I got a fucking soft serve ice cream, and I was just smashing down because it's an automatic. It's a scooter.
Dude, that would have been funny if you recorded that. Actually, that would have been a good video.
I was having a great time, but it's like left lever is brake, right lever is brake, and then it's motorcycle throttle, and there's no foot controls.
That's weird.
Yeah, the left lever is front, and the right lever is front and rear.
Huh.
And
so
there's
you
no,
don't have to switch gears. It does it
no,
automatically.
there's no shifting.
What?
I don't think it has gears. No, it has to. Maybe it's 2. I don't know. Whatever it is, you just fucking.
Yeah, probably just auto does it.
Sounds like the Jetsons.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was smashing around to the soft serve, and then I went up fucking Rose and 2nd Columbus Parkway and got a coffee and came back the fucking long way and went through fucking got a burger. And I remember fucking smashing down First Street, and I had a coffee in my like an iced coffee, sipping it, and I had my fucking legs crossed, and I was sitting side saddle, just going down First Street, sipping a coffee side saddle. Like,
Just to amuse yourself.
I was having a great time, dude. I always have a fucking great time.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Sometimes I wish I could see someone do the things that I do, because
Yeah,
I
dude.
would fucking die laughing if a grown man with a giant beard was riding a fucking woman's scooter with a woman's helmet.
Yeah, dude.
Sitting side saddle, drinking an iced coffee, just...
See, yeah, I'll do goofy stuff like that by myself, but like I like to do stuff with at least one other person, because then when you're like making memories, you get to like share
Right.
it with someone else.
You get a
when you're
witness,
by
man.
yourself, it's like, oh, look how funny I am to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, pros and cons, man. But oh man, we went fucking riding this morning. Oh, I already fucking told you that. I guess we can skip that and cut that shit. I don't know. Thinking of riding stories. How about that? Dead air, son.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting couple of months. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I gotta figure out if we can. We're having a meeting tomorrow. See if we can.
Oh, for here?
Yeah, see if we can do something here. See if we can do something with the parking lot. It's tough because it's not really a good setup,
Yeah.
and it's not like we don't have a waterfront.
Yeah, I mean, you could just like set up chairs and stuff out there and get a nice view of 7-Eleven, but
Yeah, it's hard. We gotta see what we can do, and it's like we have to buy all the equipment. We have to buy all the chairs.
Dude,
You have to buy all
yeah.
the sunshades. And
whack.
how much is all that gonna be? And then you're at complete, the whim of the weather.
Yeah, I
Like,
just
it's
moved the tables outside and say, "Come on down." I know a bunch of people that come on down if it was available.
only the round ones move.
Yeah,
So we have
whatever.
3. That's
Perfect.
all we have.
Perfect. Bring your own chair.
Bring your own chair, dude. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh man, there's gotta be something you could do. It just sucks like being forced into this like crap situation, but whatever.
No indoor service. I told fucking Bruce, I said, dude, why don't we just fucking knock out this wall and just leave it open?
Oh,
Now
dude.
we're outdoor.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're outdoor. That works.
All you
Perfect.
gotta do is just destroy half the fucking building. I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah,
But-
whack.
All right, man. Well, I think we should fucking wrap it up. We're at about the time period that I wanted to get to anyways.
Right
So,
on.
I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks
man.
for having me. Hopefully, I got some good stories next time.
Oh, man. Well, we do it again. I don't give a shit. It's an unpaid gig, man. I ain't paying you.
Perfect.
Well, up until recently, I could say
dude, I
was-
want a cut of that $1, dude.
Hey, I went to fucking just for funsies. It was like, hey, you have 99 cents in your account,
Hell yeah.
and there was like a hey withdraw button, and I was like, I wonder what are the fees
print
are.
it, and put it on the wall, dude.
It says it
99
costs
cents.
25 cents to withdraw your money. I'm like, that's 26% of my income.
Whatever, dude. Print it out, put it on the wall.
Fuck
My
yeah.
First money from the podcast.
All right, man. Thanks again.
All right.